Good morning, everyone. My name is Lamont Gilchrist. www.L.G.Fitness-Messiah.com is my website. I want to thank BPI again for sending me more product. I use the amino supplement. It has a lot of good principles and properties in there. It got the CLAs that I like in it. But I also blend it with my own stuff too. Like I use a plant-based amino. Sometimes I do half and half with glutamine for gut, leaky gut syndrome, repairing the walls and other stuff and things of that particular nature. For gut bacteria, stomach bacteria. Vortex 1 pre-workout. I'm not a big fan of pre-workouts. I do use pre-workouts, but I also drink coffee. A lot of this stuff is redundant to some of the things that I also take. Has some yohimbe, that's why I like it a little bit, but I've done it. So not every time that they send me stuff or they send me free stuff and I use it, do I use it the way that they want me to use it, but I also have my own things, being a research scientist and just doing this for so long. Let me go to this. So I'm gonna bring this kind of close so maybe you can see it. I made a post about Blackseed, and this is the raw Nigerian from one of the herbalists that I get that order it abroad, so they know exactly where it's coming from. And while I'm on the subject of that, my supplement blend, or I got a couple of different things. I have a natural health where you repair your liver, kidney, overall health, alkalize your body blend. I have one for women for estrogen balance, water retention, menstrual things. I have one for fellas, testosterone balance, fat loss, all the other things. I've been helping people that have been taking it. I just started shipping it abroad. Finally sent some outside of the United States, and people have been responding really well. I have helped people get off of their diabetes medicine, cure diabetes, get off their cancer medication. Well, not really get off their cancer medication, but actually help with some of the symptoms and signs of going through cancer rehab. I meant to say help people get off their blood pressure medication, hypertension, leaky gut, irritated bowel syndrome, eczema, all the different things and stuff like that. I've put a real, about 3 years so far of continuous research, but over 300,000 years of known applied science from my ancestors and the wisdom from my ancestors. Different reading material, understanding the different herbs, how they interact and respond inside your body, and other aspects of that, following peer review, science, applying it to myself, applying it to my clients, applying it to my athletes. And so then like things like my roller that I kind of developed to actually roll, and I got a system of rolling. I do vacuum to help suck in my stomach, which you've probably seen if you're on my Instagram. I also work it to actually loosen up the actual erector spine muscles, different things of that particular nature. It has a X amount of pressure that I can apply using body weight. My young athletes and my athletes abroad, I just got back to Dallas and were able to get some more of these rocked. I have a system of actually releasing, active release of muscles and knots and actually blood flow, repairing tendons, ligaments, mobility. You guys, any of my athletes, a couple of my athletes got this, collegiate athletes, high school athletes down here, professional athletes. They live by it. I live by it. It has put maybe 10 years back on my legs. Some of the things that I thought that were unrepaired, like little bitty micro tears and things where the muscle matrix and the fascia got bonded up because the collagen is released that. It helps with my blood flow. I could do things that, 10 years ago, well, 5 years ago, would have had some little bit of irritation and pain. I have a system of doing that. So, and I have other products, you know what I'm saying, other things that are in development. I have different straps. I have different aspects of things that I do. So people or someone asks me, oh, man, you should go do it, man. You about to be, you know, into the money and all this other stuff and blah, blah, blase, which is very true. But what happens with most things when you get patent and you do particular things and you go through patent process, people will steal your ideals, they'll run your ideals out. And I am into, not the fame of it, I'm into what the Most High has gifted me with, to be intellectually inclined and to understand my body, understand my journey, understand the human anatomy, understanding the human cause, and being able to see the big picture of health and development and actually applying it to people here real time now. Yeah, and I do receive payment and profit for some of it, but I don't try to go to mass production to where it is that I'm trying to search for fame or I'm trying to get rich or anything. I love what it is that I do. And if one person buy it or 1 million people buy it, I want it to have the same integrity. I want it to have the same quality. I want it to have the same care. I actually want to put my hands on it to understand that this is something I actually want to bless it the way that I bless the things that I bless. I actually want to take the same amount of detail and attention that I would apply to myself or a loved one or anyone else. So being the canvas as the artist, so anything that I do, me being the canvas to this journey called life, from my childhood, through my athletics, through trials and tribulations, to my current day, to my current age, I have a clear reference point and a clear path of knowledge, life knowledge, by living my life and going through the situations and being who I am and being blessed to be in certain situations, like training down in Nebraska with my guys getting ready for the XFL, training in college, running at the highest levels, competing at the highest levels, being ranked in the world, talking to people abroad. I have a unique perspective and a unique insight into who it is that I am, what it is that I have done to become this, and then, my spiritual and my enlightened journey of life, and just dissecting and picking apart the things that I have witnessed and seen, the things that I've been privy to in the physical and in the spiritual, to develop and come up with these ideals and to improve on a lot of ideals that I see other people do, because I'm not stuck in a box. I can take something, and that's what people should do. I tell my athletes, and I tell people come up to me all the time. I had maybe 3 or 4 people come up to me yesterday in the gym. It's like, man, you look so good. And, I give them my Instagram thing. People just come up, and I'm getting ready for a show, and it's a compliment. And they always say, man, I want to look like you. And I always tell them this, even the young people or anybody that's older. Had an older white guy who said he got started late. He said he wanted to look like me and stuff. We talked for a minute in the gym. He was telling me about his sicknesses and different things that he had. I gave him some recommendations, which I do across the country when I travel, when people come up to me, because they can see it. They can see the shine. They can see the aura, and they know that I know what it is that I'm doing just by looking at me. But to get to it is that, so I tell people all the time, and I really do mean this, you don't want to be me. You don't want to have to sacrifice what it is. You don't want to have to go through the torn muscles. You don't want to have to go through the trials and tribulations. You may think you want to look the way that I look, and understand that it is a process of give and take, a sacrifice, of dedication, of being a student of your own body, your own mind, your own spiritual, giving up a lot of things to accomplish these particular things. And it may seem easy, and it may seem super easy because people do different things to get to places really quick. But I have sustained this for over 20-some, almost 30-some years, and I will continue to sustain this because I know I do it the right way. And so people don't have to tell me about the right way or the wrong way, because I live it for real. But just getting back to them, but I always tell them, be better than me, especially to the young people, be better than me. take what I have, take the information that I have and expand it. Make it better, improve it, make it your own, and then pass it along. That's the process. But most people will want to keep that information, harbor the information, and starve humanity or let it die before they would give it away for what they would call for free without making a profit. The profit is that something that you created have outlived you, regardless if people know where it comes from or not, that has helped humanity, so you're giving more than you're taking in this situation or in this reality that we call life or being human or humanity. So be a humanist, give back to humanity, and hopefully your deeds will outlive your name or your fame and your infamy. And people may not understand where the blessings come from, but truly may you be a vessel to bring more enlightenment and better understanding and a positive force of energy going forward. My name is L.G.Fit45. Thanks.